Hi everyone, I'm Emily Longeretta.
And I'm Michael Schneider, and welcome to Variety's Awards Circuit, where this time out we're analyzing and dissecting the hottest winter TV awards races. On this episode, we're looking at some of the acting category frontrunners heading into the Golden Globes, SAG Awards, and other kudos. Kick it off, Emily.
I'm kicking it off with Best Performance by an Actress in a TV Series Drama. We have Emma Darcy from House of the Dragon, Laura Linney from Ozark, Imelda Staunton from The Crown, Hilary Swank from Alaska Daily, and Zendaya from Euphoria.
Yeah, and we're talking about Golden Globe nominations
Yes.
here. And of course, the Hilary Swank one was a bit of a surprise.
I was shocked because Alaska Daily, I'm not sure so many people are talking about it. Of course, it is a broadcast show, but who doesn't love Hilary Swank?
Clearly, the HFPA voters love her, so it's probably more of a Hilary Swank vote, obviously, than an Alaska Daily vote.
Yeah.
But this is a category that has Zendaya, a multiple Emmy winner, and it feels hard to beat at this point.
Yeah, I think she's definitely got this in the bag. But we also are assuming Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus, Patricia Arquette for Severance.
They're definitely front runners too. Let's move on to Best Performance by an Actor in a TV Series Drama. Nominated for the Globes, Jeff Bridges from The Old Man, Kevin Costner from Yellowstone, Diego Luna from Andor, which was, I think, a little bit of a surprise, and then, of course, Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul and Adam Scott from Severance.
This seems like it really could be anyone's game. I would love to see Kevin Costner get some love for Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's gotten a few nominations here and there, but it hasn't gotten a lot of awards attention yet. You know, it's an honor just to be nominated, but it does feel like this is the last opportunity to give Bob Odenkirk some love. He hasn't gotten the Emmy yet, but at least maybe the Globe.
Yeah, it would be so great to see him go out on top like that.
Yeah, and other contenders when we're looking at other award shows like SAG, Jason Bateman from Ozark, Dominic West from The Crown. There's the House of the Dragon folks like Patty Considine and Matt Smith.
Yeah, it's a really strong group. Next up, we have Best Performance by an Actor in a TV Series Musical or Comedy. We have Donald Glover from Atlanta, Bill Hader from Barry, Steve Martin from Only Murders in the Building, and Martin Short from Only Murders in the Building, and then Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I'm gonna say this may be Jeremy Allen White's year.
Yeah, I do think The Bear was the phenomenon of the summer. Golden Globes, which loves to honor new talent, new shows. If they want to get to Jeremy Allen White first, there's a good chance. Well, let's move to Best Performance by an Actress in a TV Series, Musical, or Comedy. So we got the Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary, got Kaylee Cuoco from The Flight Attendant, Selena Gomez from Only Murders in the Building, which was great to see, and Jenna Ortega from Wednesday, and then, of course, the one and only Jean Smart. Jean Smart has been winning the Emmy. She's clearly the front runner. It's hard to beat Jean Smart right now.
Yeah, Jean Smart is someone that everyone wants to see win awards. She's so likable, and for so long she wasn't being recognized, and it's so great that now she is. That said, with Jenna Ortega in the mix, with Selena Gomez in the mix, I think there could be quite a battle there.
Absolutely. There are other names that are out there too for other award shows like SAG, like Christina Applegate, the final season of Dead to Me, and of course, an old favorite is Rachel Brosnahan as Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's still in the mix as well.
Next up, we have a Best Performance by an Actress in a Limited Series, Anthology, or a Motion Picture made for TV. So we have Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy, Julia Garner for Inventing Anna, Lily James for Pam and Tommy, Julia Roberts for Gaslit, and Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout.
Yeah, now Amanda won the Emmy,
Of course.
so that kind of puts her as the front runner, but this is a stacked category. I mean, you look at that talent. Julia Roberts, again, that's a big name.
Yes.
So even though Gaslit probably didn't have the kind of attention that some of these other projects did, when you have the power of someone like a Julia Roberts in the mix, then that helps things. But then you also have Julia Garner, who, of course, is, like we've said before, awards catnip. She seems to win almost everything she's nominated for. And then Jessica Chastain coming in. She is wonderful as Tammy Wynette and George and Tammy.
Yeah.
So if people are sort of like ready to move on to the next level of shows and feel like maybe these other shows have been awarded enough, then they might look at her.
Absolutely. It seems like The Dropout was so long ago and George and Tammy just premiered. So it's really who's watching at what point of the year.
These categories are full of feature stars now doing television, and that's true too in the Best Performance by an Actor in a Limited Series, Anthology Series, or Motion Picture made for television as well. You've got Taron Egerton for Blackbird, Colin Firth for The Staircase, Andrew Garfield for Under the Banner of Heaven, and Evan Peters for Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and then Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy.
What a great group. Again, I think that it'd be really exciting to see Sebastian Stan get some love for this because he hasn't really yet. In my opinion, I think Evan Peters may have this one. I think that he put on a performance that people can't stop talking about.
Yeah, and clearly Dahmer, one of the biggest shows in Netflix history. So a lot of people have seen it, and a lot of people are itching to give Evan Peters some love. So definitely feels like front-runner material at this point.
Next up, we have a best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a musical, comedy, or drama TV series.
The supporting categories actually aren't in SAG, so these are categories that are specific to Golden Globes and some of the other Guild Awards too.
We have Elizabeth Debicki from The Crown, Hannah Einbender from Hacks, Julia Garner from Ozark, Janelle James from Abbott Elementary, Sheryl Lee Ralph also from Abbott Elementary.
Obviously, Sheryl Lee Ralph won the Emmy, and people are just loving her and the story of, at this stage in her career, the amount of accolades she's getting for this show. So I could see her definitely being a front runner here, even though you would usually think maybe Janelle James would cancel her out, but I think the outpouring of support for Sheryl Lee Ralph may still push her over.
But also, I don't want to forget about The Crown. I think Elizabeth Debicki does such an amazing portrayal of Princess Diana, so I think that that's also something that people will consider.
Yeah.
They love The Crown.
Yeah, and these are tough categories too because you have both drama and comedy going up against each other, which is a little bit unusual, but that's something that the Globes does, and that's true too in the supporting actor in a musical comedy or drama series category, where we have nominees like John Lithgow for The Old Man, Jonathan Pryce for The Crown, John Turturro from Severance, and then you've got Tyler James Williams in there for Abbott Elementary, and then of course the beloved Henry Winkler from Barry.
Give Henry Winkler all the awards.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is I've said this before, Henry Winkler gave probably his best dramatic role ever. So even though it's a comedy, he could be sort of seen as either. So this is an opportunity where it's a hybrid category anyway. He does drama, he does comedy, he does it all.
If not him, I would really love to see Tyler James Williams get some love for Abbott Elementary because he has been nominated some but hasn't gotten that award, and I think that he really is a breakout on the only really breakout male from the show, which would be really cool to recognize.
Well, now let's turn our picks to talent that we want to make sure that you don't overlook this time out. So Emily, you got a pick?
Yeah, I mean, starting off, I want to kind of give a shout out to This Is Us one last time, and specifically Mandy Moore. This is the last time that she'll be up for playing the role of Rebecca Pearson, and in that final season, she once again did so many different ages, but really did the last part of Rebecca's life very incredibly and heartbreaking and touching. And I just think that she should have been nominated for the Emmy and she wasn't. And a lot of people were bummed about that. This could be her last chance to shine.
Yeah, I'm a broken record, so get ready for this again. When the Golden Globe nominations came out, Ray Seahorn was actually trending briefly on Twitter.
Yes, she was.
Because of the outrage that she wasn't nominated. Now, she was finally nominated for an Emmy last year. Do not forget Ray Seahorn. And if you forgot, pick up the issue of Variety from last year with Ray Seahorn on the cover, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about why Ray Seahorn deserves all the awards.
Give her everything too. I love it.
Well, that's it for now. Please join us again for another edition of Award Circuit.
Thanks for watching.